Well, the meat chicks are about 5 weeks old, which means they've got about 3 more weeks to go, 3, maybe 4. And everything's going well. They're starting to get their white feathers, and they're doing their job, which is to eat, drink, and crap. They're good at their job. And now it's time to start thinking about how we're going to process them. Not how as much as how to ease the process system. And if you've ever processed chicken, you know that the worst part is the plucking. So we're going to see what we can do about that. So I've been reading up, watching videos about chicken pluckers. And I've got this old squirrel cage fan that I found in my dad's boat shed when I cleaned it out. And squirted some silicone spray in there, and dang if the thing doesn't work. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out how to make a chicken plucker using that there barrel and that there motor and wheel, and maybe even figure out a base for it. That's what we're going to do. The barrel is 23 inches across, and from what I've read, you want it, the finger plate at the bottom needs to be 2 inches less so that there's an inch all the way around. I'm using some of the same material that I used when I was building my butchering station. It's kind of a 1/4 inch thick plastic, came from a sandpaper factory. And the way I came up with my perfect circle, I drilled a hole in the middle, and I just took this piece of wood that was laying around, drilled some holes, and then I used a screw in this hole as my compass. And I'm going to do the same thing when I go to make my circles as my guide for putting the chicken fingers, the chicken plucking fingers. You know what I mean. I got to warn you, this part is slow and just work, nothing fun about it. Putting all these holes in. If you're rich, you might want to look at just buying the feather plates yourself. There's a place online where you can buy these things made out of metal. One thing that the creator of the original one of these pluckers said is to make sure this is not a straight line right here, but to bevel it, because that's where feet and necks get cut, is right there if you don't bevel it. So the hardest part about this whole thing is supposed to be actually putting in the chicken plucker fingers. Now these are not the official kind made of natural silicone rubber. These are some cheaper ones, much cheaper ones off of Amazon, and they're made out of tire rubber. We'll see how they do. But what they tell you to do is build this little tool. And I'll say right up front, I did not download the $25 instructions on how to build this thing. I've just looked at videos and freeze-framed and a couple of blogs and figured this out myself. And one of the tools is this little doohickey that someone came up with. And basically, it's, what do you call this? Do you call it a fulcrum? I'm not sure. Basically what you do is you take one of these chicken fingers, and you're supposed to either use soap or oil. I'm using spray cooking oil, and it seems to be working really good, although it's much better when you use 2 hands. And you use this device, which you got to make yourself. You see how I've got it in there. And when you pry up, you're prying the finger, and it works much better with 2 hands. But you get the idea. You get the idea. And like I said, I didn't have any instructions printed out. because I'm too cheap. So I just built this thing based off of looking at photographs and videos, and I think I got it right. They seem to be going on. And even though this may look really clunky, I am advised that it is much less clunky than trying to pull them on by hand. I understand that is just a torturous process. Now, I'm using this 1/4 inch cutting board type material, and supposedly these things are made to go on something that size. The metal disc, the aluminum disc that they sell for this, I think is a little thinner, and I think that there is a satisfying little sound when you get into that groove. I'm not getting that here, but it's feeling right, it's looking right. They're not going back out, and I am advised that if you do it right, then they're there for life and you won't get them back out. So I think this machine's working. I'm going to call it a machine. It is a machine, technically. Basically, I just took, this is a piece off an old fence. It was laying around, and I just made this little device here. I tried other things, they didn't work, and I'm advised that whoever invented this, that it works good, and it seems to. Got a lot more to do. This is, like they said, not the fun part of this. I've realized that I am going to have to start cutting the actual circle out before I can put these outer ring fingers in. So because I'm really enjoying having this large piece to work off of instead of just a round piece that I've got to like bolt down or whatever, I'm just going to cut a corner out at a time, fill the fingers in here, then I'll cut this piece out, and then I'll work down that way. And eventually I'm probably going to have to put this up on a table and bolt it down, and it'll slow down my work, but I'm going to take advantage of this large piece that I have here that I've just counterweighted and go that way. So I mean, I'm really having to think ahead, which is not something I am prone to do, but I'm having to do that here. So I mentioned before, I'm going to come back with a sander and bevel that edge, because the guy said that that's where legs and necks get chopped, because the chicken gets in there and gets stuck and gets cut. So that's evidently an important thing. You know what? I might need to do that now. I'm glad we talked about this. I am glad we talked about this. So I've just cut the complete circle out, and I don't mind telling you, I'm starting to get a little nervous, because if I screw this up, yes, I have another piece, but this is a lot of work. I've put about half a day into this, and I'd hate to screw this up at this point. So as you can see, I am making a really rough sanding a little very rough bevel to this thing, and I'm going to do that now to this other half. And then after I do that, after I bevel it, I will pull these last fingers in. The cooking oil spray has really worked well. I was on the fence on whether to use soap or cooking oil. I've read both, and they talk about soaking them or dunking them in cooking oil or soap or soapy water even just before using them. But I found that the cooking oil spray, just some cheap stuff from the Dollar General, has worked great, and I recommend that, although it's still a messy process. So these guys are going on. I think they're going on well. I'm going to finish beveling, as I said, get the rest of them in, and probably stop for the day. This took a lot longer than I thought it would. All right, there's the finished finger plate. I washed it, and looks like they're all in good, even though some, when you look at them on the other side, they're little catawampas. I feel like that's just the residual from the pull. So I got a little bit of a bevel there. It's pretty much circular, and I'm hoping it's going to work. That took a while. Although this thing here, this this ugly little contraption really did the trick. And so did the spray cooking oil. All right, so the next step, well, I would say the next step is to put the corresponding fingers into the tub over there. But actually, I need to do some figuring on where this will lay in the tub. So I've got to look at my motor and figure out how that's going to work. That's next.